Hey, what's going on there? Pixel Enemy Revived, Cloudedtruth here with some more Battlefield 3 gameplay for you all. And today you guys are watching a little bit of Conquest here on Epicenter from the Aftermath DLC. I'll be running support class with my favorite weapon in this entire game, and that is the M240B, or as I like to call this gun, the Tiger, because it is just such a freaking beast. Now, if you're someone who likes to use, or likes to know, what YouTubers or players in general run on their particular weapons, I've got the Cobra sight as you can see there. However, I will change it up from the Reflex to Holographic and Cobra, go back and forth between those three just depending on whatever scope is working for me that day, and then the foregrip and flash suppressor. Now, if you don't agree with me on the setup I have for that gun, that's fine. Let's go over to my own channel and debate it, because I'm not here to talk about setups on the M240B and talk about them and, argue and debate here. That's something that's you can say for come over to my own channel. Like I said, we can talk about it there. I'll be more than happy to discuss it with you. But today's commentary is not going to be about the M240B as much as I could just go on about this gun for days upon end, it seems like, as I absolutely just love this weapon in the game. It's actually going to be about something in which it's really going to need your guys' feedback and your own personal thoughts on the subject matter, and that is the overall map design here in Battlefield 3. Now that Battlefield 3 has been out for, about a year and a half or so, we've played the beta map Operation Metro all the way to the last 4 maps released with Endgame. And so now I feel it is appropriate and really warranted to be allowed to take a step back, look at the maps in this game within the particular game modes and really their intended purposes in going all the way from the vanilla to back to Karkin, Close Quarters, Armored Kill, Aftermath, and Endgame, and look and say, okay, how did DICE do? Well, basically, in a sense, what is their overall grade? Did they do a great job? Did they do a good job? Poor or fair? Just let me know in the comment section what you feel like an overall grade was in terms of DICE's development of these maps in BF3. Now, if you would like to, you can make comparisons to, let's say we can use the most recent Battlefield game prior to Battlefield 3, and that is Battlefield Bad Company 2. That is the only other Battlefield game I have had or invested a reasonable amount of time in. Prior to BF3, I really came from Medal of Honor 2010. That was the main FPS I played, but I have sunk some time into Battlefield Bad Company 2 and really enjoyed it. It's a very fun game. I always find myself just laughing, having a good time, but yet I can take it seriously if I wish to and still have fun when playing that game, and that is what I really enjoy about playing Battlefield games. You can joke around, but you can also be serious, and it still makes for a great and enjoyable and overall just fun experience. Now, another thing which you can do in terms of not just giving DICE an overall grade how they did in terms of their map design, you can take each specific DLC, if you wish, and break it down and kind of look for what was this DLC's intended purposes. For instance, back to Karkin, it was really kind of an already pre-made, the maps are already basically pre-designed, and so judging that, you can do it if you wish. However, I feel like starting with Close Quarters is really where it begins for Battlefield 3. Now, you may not like Close Quarters, you may think it was the worst map designs in the entire game, you may hate it, that's fine. Just let me know if you feel like for its intended purposes, for being that Close Quarters, that chaos, that WTF feeling, what's going on? Do you feel like that is what DICE accomplished? That type of attitude and that type of mentality is kind of what I want you guys to take on whenever you're grading DICE's DLC. Same thing goes with Armored Kill. Did you experience all-out vehicle warfare? Aftermath, did you experience a post-earthquake with those aftershocks like you see here on Epicenter, with the roadways broken down? There's, like you can see, there are trucks, shipping crates piled up everywhere. And with Endgame, did you experience just the craziness and the fun of the dirt bikes? That was probably by far the funnest thing for me on Endgame. Sometimes I feel like the maps are a little bit too confined. I don't really like how they left the spawns of vehicles, especially so close to, or so easily accessible to the enemy teams. So in terms of my personal opinions on the subject matter, Endgame has got to be, for me, the worst of all of them. However, I feel like even with that, it still wasn't terrible map design. It just could have been a little bit better. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay, and hopefully you already are typing your comments down below. I'm very curious to read this and see what you guys have to say, as I am one voice and one opinion in a world of thousands upon millions that have bought this game. Actually, it's what, over 17-18 million people have bought Battlefield 3 and experienced the online multiplayer. So I am just one poor voice in a world of millions of other people that have opinions on this. So please, guys, leave your thoughts about this down below. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video and this gameplay and commentary, and I'll be looking forward to reading your thoughts on this subject matter, and once again, kind of grade the DLCs with whatever their intended purposes were, not just overall, oh, I like these maps, I hate these maps. Let me know why. Thanks again, guys. See you all next time. Have a good day. Bye.